All right, Rob Gill here, founder of Epic Financial Strategies, and today we're going to talk about 5 ways to build wealth in your 20s, and I want you folks to pay attention because if you write this information down, look at these notes, it can help change your life now. So if you understand what the time value of money is, you have to think a little bit more about what interest rates are. Interest rates either go up or they go down. If you have a 30-year mortgage versus a 15 versus a 10, what a lot of smart people do is they want to go long and strong because each year money is worth less. However, if it's for a piece of real estate that's growing, you want to go 30 years so the time value of money works in your favor. Investing even a small portion of your income goes a long way when you're young, especially in the 20s. Here are 5 creative investments to maximize your wealth while you're still young. And folks, pay attention because it's about to get real. Start your own business. Okay, it sounds easy, right? How do you start your own business? Well, you want to talk to an accountant, you should be watching YouTube University because on YouTube, you can see so many different things that other people are doing where you could take really good notes and learn how to do this through that process and that system. But here it is. By starting your own business in your 20s, it provides an opportunity to pursue your passion, take control of your income, and then build wealth over time through stable growth. So no one here is saying, hey, go buy Bitcoin, put all your money into Bitcoin, it's gonna change your life. I think we've learned that if you take a slow, steady approach and you invest in the real estate between your ears and understand what it's like to stand on the shoulders of people that are coaching you, you could actually shrink time, turn decades into days, through a stable strategy and create the wealth and opportunities that you're looking for. Number 2, geographic arbitrage. I love this. Geographic arbitrage is where you live somewhere with a low cost while maintaining a high income, usually by working remotely. Doing this can greatly increase how much of your salary you could save and invest. So I know like right now, we're looking for a CEO. So what does that mean? If you're in your 20s, you have the ability because of technology that you may live in Wyoming but could do business in New Jersey. Living in New Jersey is a nightmare when it comes to your money, when it comes to inflation. But if you're in Wyoming and you have the intellect that someone in New Jersey needs, and now all of a sudden you could provide that through Zoom and technology and working online, you are now working remotely in the most effective way possible. And you folks in your 20s, the time is now to act on it because this world, as you know, is changing very fast. Number 3, we have dollar cost averaging. We hear about this all the time. Investing the same dollar amount consistently into the stock market allows for compound interest to work in your favor. That's facts if you do it for the long term. I'll talk about that in a second. This strategy pays off in a big way if you start as early in life as possible. But this is what I want you to think about. If you dollar cost average and the market's going up, or you're doing it every month, beautiful. You're getting prices that are higher, but you're still stabilizing at an average price. Now, when the market goes south for the winter, and now these prices are going down and you're dollar cost averaging the whole way, the key is not to stop. Because the folks that continue to dollar cost average when economic winter's here, the folks that understand because they invest in the real estate between their ears, what'll begin to happen is now you're gonna get something on discount, and as your money begins to come back, because you dollar cost average on the way down, your average price is a lot less. For example, if somebody's been buying Facebook from when it started, we know it started about 30, went all the way up north of 250. I'm not sure where it is today, but if they keep dollar cost averaging on the way up, you can now leverage if you have a proper portfolio. So think about it, if you're in a stock market and you're investing in the S&P 500 and you've been doing it since 1980 and you did it every single month since 1980. I know you're in your 20s, but just listen to me right now. That's 40 years. If you've done that, if any person has done that for 40 years, they've averaged 12%. However, intra-year average is down 14%. Guess how many folks don't dollar cost average when the market goes down? More than you can imagine. And those are the folks that miss out. However, if you stay in this path and you're in your 20s right now, I assure you as it's going back up and you leverage it to go buy rental real estate, leverage it to go buy another business, leverage it to alternative investments that you like, you're now going to create multiple rates of return off the same dollar. So this is why it's important you check this stuff out. Number 4, real estate. Well, all right. Even if you don't have money for a down payment, check it out, you still can invest in real estate in your 20s. Consider buying into an USDA approved market for 0% down loan, gotta have good credit, I'm sure, then rent the house out after the 2-year live-in period is over. Live there for 2 years, have fun, save your money, get a job, do what you gotta do, but after that, you could then rent it out. And remember, I have traveling nurses that I do a lot of business with, and these folks, these ladies and gentlemen, they get money for housing and they use that money to go buy real estate. and it's something that they're leveraging money from some other institution so they could buy the real estate and get multiple rates of return off of real estate. Why do you want to buy real estate? Because you get 4 different rates of return. You get cash flow, mortgage interest write-off, depreciation, and oh, by the way, if you buy something today, you want to be able to sell in the future at a higher price. So this is why you got to check that out. Last but certainly not least, we have life insurance. So a lot of people poo-poo life insurance when they look it up online, and you have become your own bank, which is very popular. But within that sensory acuity, you know what that means? Within the distinctions, you got to make sure that you're not letting the wrong person in your house because they'll rob your jewelry. They'll tell you all about cash value life insurance, but sell you the wrong policy. They'll tell you you'll get 8-10% rate of return. It's not true. So you got to be careful who you let in the house, but check it out. Most people don't understand the power of life insurance to build wealth. Cash value life insurance policies earn consistent over the life of the contract. Lawyers, over the life of the contract, between 4 to 5% with the right mutual company. And on top of that, you could actually borrow against your policy, providing tax-free cash whenever you need it. Let me clarify and verify. Write this down. You leverage when you borrow. It's still earning the same rate of return if it is a non-direct company that you're dealing with. You leverage when you borrow. You put into another investment. Remember real estate where you get 4 different rates of return? Imagine if you borrow from your policy, you go buy a rental piece of property that's giving you 4 rates of return. You get 2 inside the policy, which is the guarantee and the dividend. Oh, and by the way, your renter pays back the policy. That's 7 rates of return off the same dollar. That's what I'm talking about, young buck. If you follow this path and if you follow this system and rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, especially when economic winter comes your way, guess what happens when you're in your 30s? You got a whole bunch of leverage, a whole bunch of liquidity, and you could buy stocks, you could buy real estate, you could buy Bitcoin all on discount. You could buy businesses on discount. There's so many things you could do. Anyway, I want to thank you so much for checking us out and really listening to me talk about these things. I got to tell you, everyone says this if I could do it over again, but there's someone that's listening right now that's going to follow this path. And the person that follows this path, no different than if you're really good at working out, if you're really good at academics, if you follow this 5-point path that we just talked about, you're going to put yourself in a significant place to prosper. And if you want to learn a little bit more, feel free, go ahead, click the link below and contact us. One of the Epic team members will sit down, no obligation on your part, take you through the success process to show you exactly what and how we do it and how to implement this. And oh, by the way, we'll also give you a free personal financial website. Anyway, thanks for checking us out. Continue to follow, like, subscribe, so when that bell goes off, you can watch the next video.